So, if the metaphor is in this, we're all in this together, is there an option for an us and a them? Because there's, see, us and, not against. Because there is always an us, you know, just like I'm choosing you, is that okay? Just like you and I are not one person. There's a me and a you. So I can have me against you, automatic default, because you're not me, or you and me. And we can see how, like Regina Satir, how can we connect with what we have in common, which might be the common goal, and how can we learn and grow and cooperate better from our differences, because whatever your difference is might very much be complementary to mine. So there's a whole different mentality. So you can have an us and a them, but there are other, what are those, prepositions instead of against that are operating there. Trust becomes an emotion that becomes possible. How can you have trust during war? You can trust sometimes the people you're fighting with, but not always. I mean, that's on your side, but not always because it's war. But if you have a cooperation, you can have trust. The true dialogue that we talked about, where people are not that are not afraid to be influenced as well as to influence. Creative cooperation. And what I'm saying is that if you change that paradigm, which is the frame for the rest of it, for your thoughts and emotional field, reactions and response, for the way that you communicate with each other and that you have more dialogue, when you can, it frees you up. When you're at war, especially when you don't even know it, you have battle fatigue. You're fighting it all the time. So when you can relax from the battle, the war, does it sound like a weekend sometimes?
Never long enough.
Yeah. What do they say, the heart attacks that happen on Monday mornings at 9 o'clock? That's data.
That's data?
Yes, absolutely. They go up, peak up. Okay, so creative operation, when you have a different paradigm to operate from, then you have the ability to be more creative. Human beings, we have the ability to compete, but we also are hardwired to cooperate. And the creativity that is so human. And so what I am saying is that if you have one paradigm, how can you not have, if you're in war, how can you not have results that's disparities? How can you not have results that has gaps? How can you not have bullying? Because you can't hide. If you're a parent, you know you can, pardon?
Casualties.
Casualties, there you go, casualties. How can you not have the bullying? You know, if you're a parent, you know that the students, the children, they know, they viscerally, even if they can't explain, they know what's going on in the system. So if you're at war in the system, they're involved. I had an experience with some of my former graduate students once. I thought it was embarrassing, but really it's a wonderful story. After I had retired from teaching in that place, the women's, it's in Tacoma, the Women's Olympus spa.
Oh, yeah.
I was there for a birthday, one of my friends, and there were several of us, like about this many of us were there. And you know how you stay all day and you go, when you go out into the dry parts, you get massages and oily parts, you have to shower because you can't go back in the water with all the oils on. So I was there showering, had my glasses off so I couldn't see very well. And I'm there full frontal showering and somebody's waving at me and I'm like, that doesn't look like anybody in our party. Just standing there. And I put my glasses on, that's what I said, oh my God. 2 of my former students were in. So I said, okay, what can I do? I finished my shower, walked over, there are no towels there, walked over to the...
Say hello.
Say hello. I walked over into the pool, I got into the pool, and one woman, she's amazing, she said, her name is Maya, she said, are you embarrassed, Edree? Yes. She said, So you're under the impression that just because you had your clothes on for the 2 years you taught us, that we never saw you naked? So what I say is that if we want to close the gaps, really, really prepare all the children in the world to inherit the world we give them, the mess as well as the beauty of what we've been handing over to them. If we want them to be able to thrive and go beyond our generation, what we've been able to do, our generations, what we've been able to do, I believe we have to change the paradigm. And the paradigm that we change is not out there. It's within us.